The moment something becomes yours, your brain lies to you about what it's worth. Not a little, sometimes double. You'll turn down a fair trade for something better, just because the thing in your hand already feels like yours. You'll keep a jacket you never wear, a subscription you never use, a relationship you've outgrown, not because any of it still serves you, but because giving it up feels like losing a piece of yourself. And the wildest part? You won't even notice it happening. This is the endowment effect, and it's quietly running your life. Think about the last time you tried to sell something. Maybe it was a car, a phone, an old bike sitting in the garage. You set a price. And somewhere deep down, that number felt fair to you. Reasonable. Almost generous. Then a stranger looks at the same item and offers you half. And something in your chest tightens. Not because the math is wrong. Because it doesn't feel like a fair offer. It feels like an insult. Like they're telling you the thing you own, the thing you've touched and used and lived with, is worth less than you know it's worth. Here's the strange part. If you were the one buying that exact item from someone else, you'd probably think their asking price was too high, too. Same object. Two completely different values. The only thing that changed is which side of the deal you were standing on. And it's not just objects. You do this with jobs you've outgrown. Homes that no longer fit your life. Beliefs you've held so long they feel like you. So why does simply owning something make it feel more precious than it actually is? Here's what's really going on. The moment something becomes yours, your brain stops evaluating it like an object and starts treating it like a piece of you. Psychologists call this the endowment effect. In plain language, we overvalue things simply because we own them. Not because they became better. Not because they became rarer. Just because our hands are on them now. Think of it like this. Imagine your sense of self as a house. Every time you acquire something, a job title, a relationship, a phone, an opinion, your brain quietly moves a piece of furniture into that house. And once something is inside, pulling it back out doesn't feel like a simple transaction anymore. It feels like tearing something out of the walls. That's the real trick. Ownership doesn't just add value. It rewires the emotional cost of losing it. Here's the stakes, stated plainly. This is why so many people stay in jobs that drain them, hold on to relationships that hurt them, and keep beliefs that no longer make sense, not because letting go is the wrong move, but because their brain has convinced them that letting go equals losing a part of who they are. There's a deeper reason this happens too. Humans are wired to fear loss more than we're wired to enjoy gain. Losing $20 stings way more than finding $20 feels good. So once something is yours, your brain automatically files any change to that thing under loss, even if giving it up would actually be an upgrade. This is why negotiations stall. Why closets stay full. Why people cling to outdated versions of themselves. It's not stubbornness. It's a built-in bias, quietly protecting something that doesn't need protecting. Once you can see it, you can start catching it, in real time, before it makes the decision for you. This isn't just an internet theory. It has a real research trail. The term endowment effect was introduced by economist Richard Thaler in 1980 as he studied why people's behavior often didn't match traditional economic theory. The idea got its most famous demonstration a decade later in a well-known experiment often called the mug study. Researchers gave one group of people a coffee mug and asked how much they'd sell it for. Another group, who never received a mug, was asked how much they'd pay to buy one. The sellers consistently priced the mug about twice as high as the buyers were willing to pay, even though it was the exact same mug with the exact same features, sitting on the exact same table. Nothing about the object changed. The only variable was ownership. This experiment has been repeated many times since, across different objects, different cultures, different price points, and the pattern holds up again and again. Simply owning something shifts how your brain calculates its worth. What makes this research so important isn't just that it exposed a quirky pricing glitch. It revealed something much bigger, that human decision-making isn't purely logical. We don't evaluate value in a vacuum. We evaluate it through the lens of what's already ours, and that lens distorts almost everything it touches. So how do you work with this bias instead of being run by it? Here are 3 moves you can start using today. First, run the stranger test. Before you hold on to something out of habit, ask yourself, if this weren't already mine, would I choose it today? Not, is it useful to a stranger? Would you, seeing it fresh, with no history attached, choose to bring it into your life right now? If the honest answer is no, that's your signal. You're not protecting value. You're protecting familiarity. Second, separate the object from your identity. Before letting go of something, a job, a relationship, an old belief, ask, is this actually part of who I am, or is it just something I've held for a long time? Ownership creates the illusion that duration equals identity. It doesn't. You are not your possessions, your past decisions, or your comfort zone. Naming that difference out loud makes the letting go far less painful. Third, practice small releases on purpose. Give something away that you don't need on a regular basis. Clothes, old tools, outdated habits. Not because you have to, because it trains your brain that release doesn't equal loss. Every small, intentional letting go weakens the automatic grip of ownership over time. Here's the idea to remember: the goal isn't to stop valuing what's yours. It's to make sure you're valuing it for the right reasons, not simply because your hands are already on it. At the end of the day, the endowment effect is just your brain trying to protect what feels familiar. But familiar isn't the same as valuable, and comfortable isn't the same as right for you. The things worth keeping in your life should earn their place, not just occupy it. So the next time letting go feels harder than it should, you'll know exactly why. And that alone changes everything. This has been Mind Sketchbook, simplifying psychology, one sketch at a time.